As Carl Jung would say, and the Dalai Lama, they are one in saying, everything in this world is a projection. There is nothing that is not projected. According to the Dalai Lama, and Jung says the same thing. So whatever it is that you meet up with the person, when you meet up with the person, your initial response is a projection. Okay? What is a projection? Projection is seeing qualities in others that you don't think you possess, but actually you do. So Robert Johnson, who's also a Jungian analyst, he says, the first time you encounter something new about yourself, you see it in others. You see it first in someone else. And so that's in his book, Inner Gold. And he says, you see that. You see something potentially in you, but you cannot recognize it first. So always you see it in other people. Now, these things that you see in other people, they're called projections, but they can also be rejections. These are qualities that you don't like. The secret element there is it has a strong affect link. No? You have a strong emotional link, whether type na type mo siya o galit na galit ka sa kanya. You know what I mean? That is part of your projected self. So when do you know when it's a projection? There are several criteria. First, there's nothing mediocre about it. It's either very high or very low. You know what I mean? Sobra kang believe or sobra kang hindi believe. Tapos you give the person qualities they don't possess because you don't even know the person. Like for example, when you fall in love, that's a projection. No? Because you don't know the person that you fell in love with. But you fell in love with something that you saw in that person that reminds you of yourself. Or when you fall in hate, it's the same thing. So, Martin Buber, a Jewish philosopher, talks about the three stages of connection. The first is the I, and the I that I see in you. So that's the basis of romantic love. And the next one is when you get together for a while, you begin to see the flaws, and it's I and you. No? So ito yung dati nung lumiligaw ka sa akin, di ka naman ganun. No? Dati ang bait-bait mo, ngayon suplada ka pala. So you begin to see characteristics that is the other. It's no longer you. No? And so that's the I and the you. And for you to survive the I and you, there will be situations where that ends the relationship and that's, you're gone. Or you go to the next level, which is split into two. One level would be the I and the thou, wherein the thou is a respectful term, medieval term, medieval term for, how do you call that, the other person, where you respect the divine in the other person, even if you're not the same. So that's the I and the thou. But in many cases, it becomes I and it, where you begin to objectify the person so that it's livable. So in society today, you see a lot of that, where the person will say, uwi na ako kasi nandyan na si Commander. Nandyan na si Commander, uwi na ako. No? Or, wag ka namang ganon. Wag ka namang ganon. Para kang si Donald Trump. You know what I mean? You objectify the person so that it becomes manageable.